tell them, picture me perfect, then picture me irrelevant, then picture I've been close to hell and then back again.
To build a culture here that was, when Donald Bradley used to park on Bergen Street for no reason, and just sit in his truck, and folks would just stand there and just talk to him, you know, and be able to express themselves. You can find him maybe sitting on his porch. Sometimes that kind of feeling will happen if we begin to move our leadership and that energy that we have around. It can't be just up here in Clinton Hill. Weequahic section are not as organized. They used to be the most organized.
Yes.
But they're wearing our seniors down over there. Or knocking them upside the head when they go out to try to put the flyer under the door. When the young people won't say, hey, I'll do that for you, Miss So-and-so. That's not what we have because we have not built leaders. And so some of the things I want to do is just change how we do business. So expect for me to be a partner with nonprofits that service the South Ward. Expect me to hold them accountable for not doing what they want to do, but what we want them to do. Part of being a nonprofit is being in tune with the community. If you're doing the same exact or putting out the same objectives that you were doing 10 years ago, 20 years ago, how is that relating to what the South Ward is dealing with today? And how are we connecting those things? And so I think that by controlling how we deal with community grant funding and who we fund and how we fund and what we expect of them will be important. But most importantly, for the council office to do the follow-up. And so I definitely see us moving quickly into that. I expect that to be within the first 30 to 60 days that we've had a meeting and that we are vetting people and that we are voting on chairs and selecting folks. What else I want that group to do is be engaged of civic engagement here as a unit, and you feed out into your block associations and you feed out into the schools, into your district, the information. Information about block and community meetings should be going into schools too. Particularly our community schools. Not political information, community information. Okay? And schools and crime should always be on the agenda, but not just the complaint side of it. The accountability. When you spoke about this, did someone take an action within before the next meeting or by the next meeting? Not starting over. And then we sit there and clap at the end of every meeting, like it didn't just put you back in a cycle again. And before you know it, it's a whole new election cycle that has gone by. So I'm gonna have to have people that's gonna remind us what we need to do. So I'm gonna bring structure to the ward, but I'm gonna bring empowerment as well. You know, here it's 300%. The mayor is running for mayor, so he will not talk about what's going on uniquely in every ward. The ward council people are riding his coattail. Definitely our council person. And so he won't talk about that crime in the South Ward is up 300%, which is the highest for Clinton Hill within the whole ward. And I learned that at your meeting, but also the highest in the country. And that is unconscionable. That is unconscionable when you go up Madison Avenue, when you go up Clinton Avenue, when you go up Avon Avenue and you see all these political signs. That is unconscionable. Because if you can put that energy and effort into there, I'm not hating on it. I'm saying, where is this 2, 3, 4, 5 months ago? Visibility, engagement, crime, anti-crime messages, anything. The councilman is coming to your community to talk about the fact that there's a rise in murders committed among black men in his ward under the age of 25. Where are the posters about that? Where are the robocalls about that? Because that's what's happening on the ground. Today he was on Bergen Street hosting the grand opening for the mayor's headquarters, giving out hot dogs. He showed up to his meeting, the one monthly meeting he has, late after the mayor had spoken, said, I was getting hot dogs. But what was your 5 legislative aides doing? What was your campaign workers doing? Because ward leadership was here in your ward waiting for you weeks before the election that you don't want to have. He refuses to have a debate in. He's the reason why the South Ward doesn't have a forum or a debate. So you got to tell folks that. He wants to create the impression that he's the only person in this race because of his father's name, which was not his birth name. It was changed for political reasons back in 2005 when you rejected him the first time. And the reason why that's important, because these are the tricks they play. They're using clergy. They're naming people that are on their ticket councilwoman and they're not a council person. So that makes it political. And they're using reverence for this. Those people, the people I've seen. But the people I haven't. And I'm just saying, when you put these 9 people, they haven't showed up as a unit or a team in our ward for the issues that we care about. Home foreclosures are up the highest in the county. South Ward, they have not had a revival or prayer service about that. They haven't had a workshop about that. 10 public schools are closed in the South Ward, and they're selling them off as condos and hiding it behind inclusionary zoning, which is illusionary zoning, because not only do they have the option to buy out, and what's $50,000 to these developers when you're giving them all these tax breaks, and you're giving, and their investments are that they're making, their return is just, it's amazingly multiplied times that. So even if they opt out and decide not to, as the councilman likes to repeat, he repeats everything the mayor says. There's not one original thought when it comes to being a leader of this ward. And there's a problem with that. He has a 4-page document that we read through. It's laid out exactly how his father's re-election flyer was back when he ran for mayor. They changed the pictures, and then the content that is there, if you actually read it, it's a lot. It's everything other mayors did or this mayor did. It is nothing that, the question is, councilman, what have you done directly? What are you directly responsible for? What ball did you pick up and directly carry? What touchdown did you make? As the leader of the largest ward in the state, the largest ward in the state, in the city, and the largest voter base in the state of New Jersey, what have you done? All hands are on deck. My name is Terrance L. Bankston. I'm a candidate for South Ward Councilman here in the city of Norton. I am also line C1, the first on the ballot, so it's easy to find me this time.
If a hater gon' hate, then my thoughts on them are irrelevant.
Hi, my name is Terrance L. Bankston. I support